What's up, guys? In today's video, we are going to be covering an HVV tier list over all of the heroes in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Stay tuned for future tier lists. I plan to do a similar hero tier list, but for large scale game modes like GA and Supremacy. So, without further ado, let's get straight into the content. First off, we are starting with Boba Fett. Boba Fett's a solid hero for HEB. Um, Not everybody can use him, but he's definitely up there. He's pretty solid, so I'm going to start off in a B tier. Pretty annoying when facing him, but he can still get countered. You have like a good Chewie or any other blaster character, or an Anakin pulls him, like you can still counter him, but he's pretty solid. Count Dooku. I feel like Count Dooku's better in Hero Showdown than he is in HVV, although he can be a nuisance at times. I feel like his range is what really hinders him, so I'm probably just going to stick him in C tier. He can get peppered from afar by blaster heroes, and especially Han, you can really bully a Count Dooku from distance. So, yeah, that's pretty much where I'm sticking him for now. General Grievous is going to be our first S tier hero. He's so versatile. He has so many different combos you can do, and yeah, his versatility is unmatched. Flesh is Weak is such a good card. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Darth Vader, same thing. He's probably the goat of HVV if I had to guess. I mean, I would say he's easier to play than Grievous, and as long I mean, you can aura farm with this guy too. I mean, come on, you just walk down a hallway and ignite your lightsaber, and it's maximum aura in this game. So definitely up there. Palpatine, man, a good Palpatine is nigh unkillable, especially if you use your front dodges and jumping accordingly. Yeah, you can be pretty unkillable in certain matchups. But yeah, we'll put him a little above. Actually, we'll put him in A tier. He's really good. Kylo, probably one of the more underrated saber heroes in HEV. He's a great support character, I would say. I mean, his force abilities are great. His pressure is great with like frenzy if you use it correctly. Like his pressure is really nice. So I'm gonna put him in B tier. Yeah, probably a little under Boba. Maul, kind of a similar thing to Kylo. His pressure is really good. He can be annoying at times, but he does take some skill to use unless you're like only going for ledge kills. Aside from that, I mean, he's a solid hero. I'd probably put him above Dooku in the B tier there. Bosk, he is very situational on some maps, like Jabba's Palace. He's probably up in like the A tier, maybe even S tier. But like on more open maps, like Crate and stuff, I mean, his rifle is good, but you could just get peeled so easily, like pulled by Anakin and all that yada yada. I'll just smack him like C tier, right above Dooku. He's pretty situational. He's very map dependent, but he can still be used uh, to his fullest potential depending on the player. Phasma, I'm gonna be honest, Phasma's kind of mid. Um, I only ever really play her on the MC85 Star Cruiser for the Resistance, and that's pretty much it. I don't really use her anywhere else. Um, her blaster's kind of a pea shooter, and she can be really annoying if she just camps with the rest of her team, or she pairs up with a BB9E. She pairs up with a ball to just double stun, and that can be annoying. But there's ways to outplay a Phasma, so that's why she's so low. You can easily outplay a Phasma by either outranging or like peeling her out of her turret. Iden Versio, man, she's so annoying. Um, she's so annoying. Uh, she's probably just going to go up in A tier with Palpatine. She's really strong in HVV. Her stun goes through block. Secondary fire is very annoying. Also goes through block. Deals really good damage. There's just no other explanation. She's that good. On to the light side characters. Actually, I'll rank Ball just to get rid of the dark side characters. Ball, really underrated. Um, a lot of people would instantly put him in F tier, but I would put him over Phasma. Actually, I'd put him in like the C tier because he's he's very swift on it. He's very swift in his movement, like very um, deceptive, should I say? Just like BB-8, like you can randomly dodge and weave throughout the fight, and sometimes you just feel untouchable. And his stun is very useful for team play, and his middle ability is pretty solid too. Overheats enemy weapons, knocks enemies back. It's decent for wedge kills, I guess. It's not bad. So yeah, not too bad. Just a little around average, but yeah, kind of middle of the road, solid hero. On to the light side now. I guess, I mean, while we're on the topic of balls, pause, um, may as well rank BB-8. I'd probably put him around the same area for HVV. His cable spin can be very annoying, especially if you're in the middle of a team fight. There's a ball just comes around the corner, activates taijutsu, and I call it the win button because cable spin essentially is a win button so long as you don't get knocked out of it and the enemies don't run away from you. So it's a really useful ability, but every other aspect about him is kind of like below average. So I'd probably just stick him around the same tier. The chosen one himself. He's probably going to be our third S tier character. Um, he has four abilities. His retribution is pretty strong if you're able to land it. Um, very very versatile hero too. You can use him literally anywhere, any map, any. I'm not getting into GA and supremacy yet, but in HVV you can literally use him anywhere you want. Um, he has versatile like he has a variety of star card loadouts. Like you can use like all of his HM and maybe like attraction pole star card. You can run like massive strike, steamroll, and tenacious. There's like so many different combinations you can use with him, and he's just really fun to play overall, and he's really strong. So even after all the nerfs that Dice gave to him over the years, he's still one of the best in HVV. Finn, he's very reliant on his team. Now, if you have like a four stack, he's like up here. But I'm taking into account you're playing with randoms, your teammates aren't grouping up that much. He's like more down here. I would put him better than Phasma though, so I'm just gonna put him here just for the sake of like context. Like this is all if we're like playing with randoms, um, a less reliable team than just a four stack. Then yeah, he's around here. Lando, very fun to play, very deadly when used in the right hands. Like I've seen good Lando players, and they're just they leave me in shock. No pun intended. Um, yeah, he's a solid counter to Boba Fett if you run the extra range on his sharp shot. So yeah, I really don't. I see others put him like down here, but I don't think it does him justice. I think he belongs like around Finn, like around this support area. He's just solid blaster hero in HVP. At least I think. Leia, she's definitely better than hmm. She is a really good blaster hero, solid team player. The stay together card granting 10% DR or damage reduction. to teammates is very nice in certain situations. She can be annoying to face against if she just camps in her shield, but aside from that, she's a great blaster hero. I'll put her up with like Boba. She's pretty solid. Luke. Luke is definitely up there. He's a very just like Anakin, just like his father. Ironically, he is unironically actually. Yeah, he's very versatile. Um, you can just like him, just like Anakin, use him pretty much anywhere, and he's very spammy at times, or feels very spammy, but that's kind of the gist. He has some of the best pressure in the game. He has like some of the best stamina regen, and Intensify is such a good card. Like once you max out the damage on that, like with his hit speed, his DPS can go through the roof. So yeah, I'll put him high A tier. He's definitely up there. Obi-Wan, probably similar thing. A lot of people would say he's more defensive, and I would agree, but he can be a great offensive character when used correctly. Like you run the push cards, a shorter wind up time, plus like the extra damage on his defensive rush. That's so nice. Getting a damage on somebody's back, uh, the extra damage on somebody's back by just clipping them with the defensive rush. He's very survivable and very user friendly too. Uh, you can easily just pick up on Obi-Wan and play him. Unless you're like holding block, then that's probably the most boring way to play. But he's definitely up there. Very solid character. Ray, I'm not the greatest Ray player to be honest, but I know some others who are great with Ray. They can make her work, and she's very deadly when used correctly. I'll put her around here. She's a great hero. Insight is just in general a really good ability. It just gives you and your teammates info on the opposing team's whereabouts, and it just it gives you a heads up and an advantage leading into the team fight. So she's definitely up there. Her mind trick can be annoying for controller players like me in particular. I know some mouse and key players don't have too many issues with the mind trick, but I find the mind trick pretty annoying. So it's a decent ability. So she's definitely up there. Yoda, huh? Where do I put this little green gremlin? I prefer Yoda over Ray personally, just because I can play him better, but that doesn't do him justice to put him up here. I don't think he's as good. I think he's around like average. In HVV, I mean, his presence can be good when giving the team a buff, but half the time it won't even register. Um, if I'm going to like buff the team or anything in that regard, I'd rather just play Finn. So he's more like. I mean, he puts solid pressure on, and his dash can be annoying, I guess. So we'll put him like middle of, yeah, like a little below Dooku, middle of C tier. Han and Chewie. Hmm. Han is he's a really good hero. In fact, both of these blasters are great heroes for HEV. Um, yeah, I would put Han over Palpatine actually. He's very very good. His abilities are great, except for maybe Sharpshooter, but Detonite Charge and Shoulder Charge, those are great abilities. His blaster is like one of the best in the game. Just very very solid hero. You can use him pretty much anywhere too. Um, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to sum up for Han and his co-pilot Chewie. Hmm. Chewie's definitely up there in HVB. He may not be that great in trooper modes, but for HVB, he's definitely up there. I've seen really good Chewies. Hmm. He is sort of reliant on his cooldowns, but if you can hit your base, your regular shots, then you're all set to go. I would put him in high B tier, highest mode of B tier, lowest form of A tier. That's probably where I would put him. So this is my HVV tier list. I don't think any hero is like genuinely bad enough to be an F tier. Let me know what you guys disagree with or agree with in the comments down below. I plan to make another tier list for heroes, but for large scale game modes such as Galactic Assault and Supremacy later on down the road.